Hey, IFBB Pro Johnnie O Jackson here. This week, YouTube, I'm going to be doing hamstring, glute tie-in, and glutes. Trying to get those triads glutes. The first exercise, it'll be a straight leg deadlift. I mean, there's, nothing special, no surprise to it. Everybody's done it before. Hopefully, if you're not, then it'll be a surprise to you how well it works with the hamstring and glute tie-in, but also at the top, you squeeze and put all that pressure on the glute. So, and once I come off of doing straight leg deadlifts, I go right down on the floor, lying on my back. I put the dumbbell, I use a dumbbell and put a dumbbell. A lot of people use a bar. You see a lot of females with a bar. I like to take the dumbbell and put it right on my hips, and then get on my upper back, make sure my lower back isn't touching the ground. And I don't want my glutes. Once I put the dumbbell on my hip, I don't want my glutes to touch the ground anymore either. So I'm hovering a little bit over the ground. I'm on my heels, not flat on my feet, but on my heels, and then I thrust up, just squeezing my glutes at the top, okay? And so you gotta watch the movement. It's a very small movement. Don't go crazy with the movement because you can take the tension off the muscle. So a lot of people like to dig really deep and then really go high and squeeze, and that's great. But you don't want to go too deep, because when you go too deep, you relieve the pressure, that the dumbbell is giving your glutes and your hamstrings. You relieve that a bit. So you want to keep that tension on. So watch how much you descend to the ground, and then, like I said, as far as you can up top, you squeeze and extend your hip. Really good exercise. As you can see, you want to use slow and controlled movement to really put all that pressure in the glutes and the hamstrings. I can feel that. So moving along with the exercises that I recommend to help that hamstring glute tie-in. I like this combination, the sitting hamstring. I like the machine because it puts you in position, it fixes you in the position, so you can't really use anything else but your hamstrings to do the exercises. So it's a really great isolating hamstring exercise. Most people don't think about it. Most people think about lying hamstring curls, but I think sitting hamstring curls lock you, like I said, in position, and makes you be more strict in the movement. Remember, when doing this exercise as well, people like to sit down and just when their legs are straight up and down, but you got to remember there's that little bit more motion that you need to curl under. It's not an extension where when your feet are down and they're parallel to the wall, you want to curl them in, as far as they can, and really flex and squeeze that hamstring. And that's a good way if you don't know how to connect on stage with your hamstring pose when you're doing your back double bicep with a hamstring and you can't really connect with like squeezing your hamstrings. This exercise helps you achieve that by curling just a little bit more under and making an actual curl, and not just straight down, but actually curl into your butt and your hamstrings. So with that extra squeeze and flex, help you connect for that pose on the stage. Think about it. The second exercise on this combination I like to do after I do the sitting hamstring curl, you want to keep your fists right here on your hips. You don't want to keep it out in front of you. You want to put all the weight right here into your hips. You go out far enough to give you enough distance to be able to stretch your hips, but you don't want to go bend over and do it. Don't ever bend over and do it. Keep your chest up, just do your hips, and then flex as far forward and squeeze those glutes. Hips, squeeze, hips, squeeze. Remember, in the movement, you'll bring it out and be straight up, locked out. But when you bring your hips back, make sure you undo your knees a bit. Don't keep your knees locked out, but don't bend them too much. Just really unlock your knees and let your hips go back, and then lock your knees and thrust forward. Really good exercise. Good luck. My last combination for glutes hamstring tie-in will be squats. Okay, so I'm gonna do squats on the Smith machine to make it a little bit different than free squat. And I do it on the Smith machine because I like to keep my back straight as possible, and so I can drive all the weight into my glute, you know. So you want to set up like you normally set up for a squat, okay? But when you go to squat, you want to concentrate on keeping your chest up, keeping your back straight like normal. But usually in a normal squat, it's hips first, then knees. This one is going to be knee first, and I never hardly tell anybody to squat knee first because you don't want to put pressure on your knee. But this is slightly different because is what we're trying to concentrate on more the glute and try to put that pressure into the glute. So you want to go knee first so you don't move those hips, and go straight down, push the knees out so you can go straight down in that hole, and it's all concentrate on those glutes, and then squeeze your glutes on up. It's really good exercise. You don't need a whole lot of weight because, like I said, it's knees first, so you don't want to put a whole lot of pressure on your unnecessary pressure on your knees. But in doing this and knowing the result is worth it if you watch the weight that you're doing and really concentrate on squeezing and putting the pressure into the glutes. Very worth it. It's not one of the things that I'm known for or known for doing, but it's totally effective when we're talking about hamstring glutes and the tie-in, and also glute striation. So when doing this machine and you really want to target the glutes, you really got to push from your outer thigh, from your neck, not necessarily your knee. You want to not put your knee into it, but put that little space from your knee, from where your thigh gets meaty. You know, you want to push from there. That's the section that's as big as the cushion on the machine. So with that, you don't want to worry about your feet. You want to let your feet just lay there and be relaxed and stay comfortable. They just got done squatting, all that weight on them. So let them relax. Put all that pressure right here as wide as what the pad is, and push from there. And you can't help but to squeeze the glutes with it. Such a concentrated, and take your time, no power into it, just no power, and push nice and concentrated, and try to keep it even up and down. This is an excellent combination. I recommend it. Try it. If you don't like it, I didn't recommend it, somebody else did. Just kidding. See you at the gym.